the way I wasn't sure if I want to record it because I look the way I feel and it means sick. I have been recovering from illness for the past 5 days, 5 or 6 now. Yeah, I really wanted to do something, and the sickness has been preventing me from doing that. And usually, whenever something like that happens, then it takes toll on my mental. So, also, that camera is about to die, I think, the battery. So, I will make you admire my Amogus bedsheet for as long as you can. I will position myself like that so you can see it. If you will hear any kind of jet engine sounds in the background, I promise I'm not taking off yet. It's just my washing machine. So yeah, as I said, I have been trying to recover from a bug. I don't know what it is, but all I know is that I had a fever for 2 or 3 days. I was very cold. I'm still quite weak, but it's way better than what it was a few days ago. But needless to say, I don't have energy to perform most of the things that I would like to perform. And the thing is, the sickness struck me down at the time when I was supposed to have 3 days off, and I was so looking forward to it. I was like, wow, I'm gonna do this and that. And needless to say, I didn't do anything because I just didn't have any energy. Oh my god, I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to that, but literally, you are your own worst enemy, like 90% of the time. Sometimes you actually will have some opponents, like let's say your family, your parents, your pseudo friends, whatever, are gonna judge you, put you down, etc. But most of the time, from my experience, it has always been me doing that. I have been conditioned to feel a certain level of uncertainty about myself and low self-confidence. And even though I'm no longer around the people that cause this kind of level, my own brain is conditioned into like recreating them in my mind, if that makes sense. So even though I don't hear that from like third party every day like I used to, I'm making my own third party in here that keeps telling me this thing, so it's like we don't catch a break in this house, you know what I mean? So yeah, I started reading this book. It's called Atomic Habits, and I must admit that it's amazing. I really recommend anyone to check it out, but mostly the people who struggle with goal-oriented mindset. So I've noticed that about myself. Like everything that I do in life, or at least majority of the things, have to lead to something, and that something has to be extremely specific, and usually it has to bring me some like financial benefit. I haven't been raised in poverty, no, like we haven't been struggling with food or something, but we did have some struggles. So nowadays, even though I'm not really like struggling financially, in fact I do have a certain degree of financial freedom. I still overthink things in a sense that what if this like thing would flop and I would end up being financially unstable. And to a certain degree, I think it's healthy to plan ahead of the future and like overthink, but only if you do it in moderation. And I have a tendency of going way overboard with everything I overthink, right? So it's just stressing me out. And I think that in a sense, I'm really unable to let go and relax most of the time because I have been in fight or flight mode majority of my life. I say majority because I'm still a very young person, so it is true for now because of my age. But the more time I spend on my own and just like getting better, eventually it's not going to be the case. It's rough. Like, Gen Z must be the most lost generation ever to ever grace this planet Earth, or maybe I'm just tripping, because like the thing is, I've seen on TikTok this video where someone stated that no one wants to work anymore. You would think that it's true, that it's specifically Gen Z that doesn't want to work, because like we have capitalism and people look around and see the economy and they go, think to themselves that no matter what kind of job I decide to pick up, I will still be unable to afford anything, which is totally valid. It's exactly how I feel. You are sacrificing a huge part of your freedom to not be able to be financially free. So you are kind of like sacrificing everything you have, if that makes sense, because if there is no balance, and also there are no benefits from giving up your balance, then what's the point, right? For instance, I myself, ever since I graduated high school, I decided to go for a career in IT. And not because I liked it. Like, I keep saying all the time that oh my god, like I despise corpo and any kind of careers connected with corporations. I don't fit in there. But this is what's available, unfortunately. I am aware that it is a struggle to like carve your own path and just like go against the system, but I really don't want to give up. And I think every single year I realize it more and more that I can't have it any other way, because I'm so incredibly miserable every time I land in like IT related job, that I just can't do it anymore. Seriously. Because I think the current workplace, the only good thing that it did was actually showing me that. So in here, even though I have a very comfortable salary, I decided to, after months of prolonging that decision, mind you, I decided to submit a resignation form, just like drop the workplace, because I just can't take it anymore. I can't. I would need to sell my soul to the devil, to the corporation, in order to actually become a happy human working corporate jobs. Like, it's impossible to me. It's impossible. And I have been trying my best. And that's the thing, right? Like, I say my best, and that like little devil sitting on my shoulder is like, oh, you could be doing more. Shut up. Oh my god, I'm like literally doing my best. So that's, my best is enough, you know what I mean? Atomic Habits, remember, read that book. It's great, seriously. But yeah, I have been doing my best to change that, and I have been really like trying to plan stuff, like apply to different things, etc. For instance, I tried to open my print shop and I got declined twice, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Like, what do you mean? Oh my god, dude, why did they decline me twice? I'm so upset about it in a sense, because it's also, like I said, I struggle with this goal oriented mindset. And every time I want to do something and I want to see myself succeed in that field, and that doesn't happen, then my motivation just goes downhill so fast. So my goal was, oh, let's go open imprint. Declined twice. Like, oh my god, but I will annoy the fuck out of them. I will keep submitting the forms until they will like accept me with different sets of my drawings, like on different days. Because apparently there is this system that you submit the form and the form goes out to a group of selected artists. So each time you submit the request to open your print store, the group that is being selected is just different, right? But I still, like, I was so confused. There was no feedback to. It was just like, no, you're not gonna get accepted. Bye bye. That's it. Okay, sure. See you in a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna just. Yeah, I'm not giving up that easily on that, you know? And the thing is, like, I don't even know if I actually want to go for art business. Like, I really don't see myself doing what I see other artists do. Like, for instance, I follow some of the artists who are traveling to comic cons. So for instance, they will grind and just crunch some, doing some portraits, some like fan arts right before the conventions. And I'm like, dude, I am beyond impressed by this kind of approach, because I could never just make myself sit down and just tell myself, you need to finish it by tomorrow, because like in 2 or 3 days we are going out on a convention. Like, what? That's crazy. I mean, I guess maybe it's different when there's like a monetary factor involved, like you are motivated by money, because that's like something I have not experienced when it comes to art, if that makes sense. I have sold some pieces here and there, or rights to my pieces, to my fan arts, but yeah, it's definitely not like lucrative for me, if that makes sense. Like, it's not something that I would be able to make a living off, and these artists, well, they do that. So maybe their perspective is wildly different. That's perfectly possible. But yeah, I think I was yapping for long enough. All right, take care, guys, and good health to you. Bye bye.